What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now in today's video we're taking a look at a brand new Crux of Darkness that has been found over in the Dreaming City. It's pointing towards some changes coming in the next season and throughout the rest of year 4, so if you want to find out more, be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. Now if you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a rating down below, that super helps us out here on the channel. Or if you're new here and you want to keep up to date with the latest Destiny 2 content, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now before we jump into the meat of today's video, I want to once again invite you all to the Jarv Community Hub. This is a fast growing community Discord that we have that has up to 4,000 incredible members. The server itself has just applied for Discord Partner, so if you want to just talk about Destiny, get fire teams together or share your god roles, be sure to jump in. It's available to absolutely everyone. You can find the link down in the video description below. Now with the conclusion of Season of Arrivals and the arrival of the pyramid ships in our solar system, we saw multiple destinations sunset and as a result removed from the director itself. Now as well as pyramids, we saw monoliths floating around in the sky, as well as cruxes of darkness appearing which formed public events, which is part of the seasonal activity for that particular season. Now whilst the darkness has appeared on Europa, as of yet we haven't spotted it outside that destination. Until now, in a sneaky cutscene for the Season of the Hunt, you can in fact just about see in the distance here in the Dreaming City a Crux of Darkness monolith. This is over the Delvian Mist, which is the spawn point within the Dreaming City and indicated some exciting changes coming in the final weeks of this season. Now as I said, the last time we saw a darkness monolith or a Crux of Darkness outside Europa, it was over in the Contact public events, and this was found on Titan and Europa, of which both of those destinations have been sunset. Now with that all being said, there are no current indications to imply that the Dreaming City will be added to the Destiny content vault. In a recent interview with Luke Smith and Dr. Lupo, Luke Smith did confirm that DLC destinations would have to be free for an entire year before they're considered being added to the Destiny content vault. Forsaken and Shadowkeep are both still payable expansions for Destiny and offer unique campaigns as well as these destinations we're talking about, so there's no current short-term plans at least for the Dreaming City or the Tangled Shore to be added to that vault. So with the discovery of the Crux of Darkness in the Dreaming City and this cutscene with Zavala and Osiris with some Cabal blood generals still to take place, the next couple of weeks for the final weeks of Season of the Hunt could be very interesting indeed. Now with the 4 destinations being removed with the launch of Beyond Light, the pyramid ships are clearly in our solar system, and this implies they are here to stay and will appear on further destinations throughout year 4. And it seems as though the Dreaming City and possibly the Tangled Shore are the first of those destinations. Now, as we learned in a recent This Week at Bungie in Season 13, which is rumoured to be called Season of the Chosen, we'll see the Prismatic Recaster return with the addition of prismatic lenses and also the Umbral engrams. These will have tabs for each and every season, but the last time we saw Umbral engrams was when we had pyramids over the relevant destinations. Now whilst the Prismatic Recaster and the Umbral engrams are returning due to community feedback, it's likely Bungie will provide some narrative reason for them returning too, and with the addition of the darkness over additional destinations, this could be just the start of where that time begins. Now at the very beginning of Season of the Hunt, the Crow does state that there are holes throughout the reef, and as a result Xivu Araf is penetrating the Tangled Shore and Dreaming City, infecting Fallen and Hive in those destinations. Now if Xivu Araf can penetrate the reef, then it's highly likely that the darkness is able to do that too, and there is unused dialogue from our Ghost which implies there are further missions to take place before the end of this current season. So if you don't want to be spoiled or find out what any of this dialogue is, then be sure to skip ahead. I'll add a timestamp here in the video, so be sure to use that if you want to skip ahead. Now huge shout out to Best of Judgment who posted this over on Reddit around a month ago. There is some veteran dialogue, non-veteran dialogue, but also some unused ghost dialogue, and this is the one that we're focusing on here. Now as you can see, a lot of these lines are very similar and in ways are repeated, but there are a few key lines that really stand out, and these include "The darkness is here, I can feel it," another Crux of Darkness, here they're reaching out beyond Europa. The darkness isn't just on Europa, it's everywhere. We have to keep fighting. So whether they are part of a mission we are yet to see, or they're just unused dialogue that won't be used this season, they are linking the Crux that we've just discovered over on the Dreaming City with a possible story narrative towards the end of this season, leading into Season of the Chosen. Now if you wasn't able to locate where the Crux of Darkness is in that very brief screenshot of the cutscene earlier, it's actually over in the Delvian Mist. As I said, this is the main spawn point for the Dreaming City. So in terms of accessibility, it means we can load in directly there, whether that be an activity or public event. Now the footage you see here was recorded just now, so it's clearly not there at the moment, but it's likely to be there either next week or in the final week of the current season. In terms of what that will mean, we are yet to see, but be sure to let me know your thoughts on this so far down in the comments below. So based on what we know and what we've experienced so far in Season of the Hunt, and a few of the little sneaky teasers that Bungie are dropping here and there ahead of Season 13, it is quite clear that Rapon hunts have a very key part throughout the rest of Year 4, especially linking us with Xifu Araf, but also the Darkness too. Now as things stand, the Hive and Fallen are the only infected combatants right now, but it's likely that Cabal and potentially Hive are going to be later infected combatants too. One big unanswered question that we have in regards to the presence of the Darkness inside the Dreaming City is what this will do to the curse in the Dreaming City itself. Now it is possible that their presence alone could potentially break the curse within the Dreaming City, which was Riven of 1,000 Voices' last wish. And if this turns out to be true, then we could potentially see the return of Maro Sav, the Queen of the Reef. What will be interesting is how she perceives Crow, and will Crow even recognize her as his sister? Now with that being said, there is some lore in the game on the Sleepless rocket launcher. This is in fact from the Dreaming City too, and it references a dream that Jur Ido had in regard to Mara Sav. And as you can see, I've highlighted the key section here. It reads, "I was dreaming," Jur says, wiping her mouth off with the back of her hand. "I saw you on that great black triangle. You split it in two with your bare hands. And I was dead, I think." She cracks the back of her neck with a deliciously loud pop. "Or trapped, like in a maze, but pretty close to figuring my way out." Now that statement alone could link her to the curse within the Dreaming City itself. And if we can break that curse, or if the Darkness can break that curse, then we could potentially see the return of two very influential characters. I will admit it's a little bit tinfoil hat time, but be sure to let me know your thoughts on that one down in the comments below. Now linking back to the interview with Luke Smith, he did mention as stasis and darkness spreads through other destinations, we'll also be discovering new aspects and fragments during the year. So it'd make absolute sense to start communing with the darkness in other areas within the solar system, and since the Dreaming City appears to be a main focus for Year 4, especially with Xifu Araf and the Season of the Hunt story at least, it does make sense for some of the darkness to start appearing there. So there we have it, the Crux of Darkness found on the Dreaming City, snuck into a cutscene by Bungie themselves. And as you can see, there are some systematic reasons, some narrative reasons, some lore reasons, and also some tinfoil hat reasons on why that may be the case. But be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions, guys, down in the comments below. So that's going to round out the video for today. If you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. If you're new here and you want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. 80% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're not and you do want to keep up to date, then be sure to hit that button on your way out. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.